You know, and
So,
the other thing good that's really cool about photography is that it's fun.
mhm.
You know, it's one of those hobbies or interests or occupations that's actually fun. You're capturing life, you're capturing images, you're capturing people. It's really a fun thing.
Absolutely, and especially for businesses, that I help. People just think that they have to take product shots or they have to take pictures of people in action. If they have a service-based business, they have to show
Right.
that the people producing whatever it is. But it's also about the people behind the scenes and the team. I know that your team is excellent at social media. They're always showing people behind the scenes. Tell me a little bit about that and the other kind of photographs that you
It's
could take.
that's a great that's a really, and since we're really sort of trying to keep it to the marketing area,
Yeah,
you have one of the your marketing message has to carry itself through every aspect of your business. So it's not only outward marketing, but you have to market inwardly. You have to convince your staff. Your staff has to be completely on board with that. So you want them to be projecting the same message. I can sit in the corner office here and have all sorts of ideas and ways I want customers to be treated or create the image of our business. But if our employees, if our staff, if our members here don't feel that way, they're not going to really project that to the customer. So I spend a significant amount of my time doing, I'll call it internal marketing. It sounds a little bit pejorative, but it's not. It's really communicating internally the company message and getting everybody on board with that. And by doing that, they then will project out the same message. It translates itself when you're in the store. You have a pretty uniform experience, even no matter what salesperson you walk up to.
right.
From simply they'll wear a blue shirt, but it's not just wearing a blue shirt. It's the way they treat the customer. It's the way they talk outwardly. So it's natural. Then the natural extension from that will be is their social media. When they talk about photography and when they reflect what goes on in the company, will reflect that also. So we actually work directly and indirectly. But sometimes it's direct. Sometimes I'll be like, hey, here's a really cool piece of information that we learned exclusively from a vendor, right? So you
Right.
send it out to your people and you say, hey, send this out to your friends. Then they become more authoritative. They're sort of conveying this cutting edge message that we want from the company, and you have a unified message out there. One of the most successful companies in the world, and actually a company that reinvented itself
Hmm.
this way, was IBM. IBM said, hey, we have 400,000 employees.
Right.
Imagine if we could get all of them or enough of them acting in unison in social media. We can own social media space. We can
Right.
own some intellectual space out there, and they're actually a model company for doing that. And obviously, we're a smaller company.
Right.
I try to match that model whenever possible to get your staff behind what you do.
And I
You
think
have
it's
troops,
excellent. I
you
think
have
it's totally.
you have troops working for you. Let's get,
Yes.
get the troops working.
Right.
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 And today it's, a lot of times you'll see an objection to that. Well, it's my personal social media account. So what? It doesn't really matter.
Right.
You're still in control of it.
Hmm.
All we want you to do is sort of keep the conversation going.
Right.
And that to me is a very, very important part.
And I'm glad that you're so onto that because a lot of companies just think there's so much red tape that they have to go through, and they're just kind of fearful that somebody's going to say something that they won't be able to retract out there in social media. It's always about fear, but you just kind of welcome it with open arms because you're so confident in what you're offering. So I think that's really, important for businesses to realize.
There are some issues with that, but you have to
Yeah,
remember it's their personal accounts that they're sending out on. So
sure.
it's not. I mean, as the top executive, I can sort of say, okay, gee, I could be fearful they can say something, but it's ultimately their account.
Right.
And if they're going to say something so provocative, they probably that's going to reflect itself in other ways. We've just never had a problem because we have really good people working here.
Yeah.
That's going to have now. In bigger companies, they have guidelines, and they will actually have written guidelines for what you can say about the company.
Yes.
And the interesting thing, I was just at a marketing conference where this topic actually was discussed in detail.
Okay.
And what's really interesting is that the requirements for internal Twitter accounts and Facebook accounts and so on is very strict. So if you work for IBM, let's say, or you work for us, and you're tweeting as the company, there's very strict guidelines for what you can say. But those guidelines relax a lot when it's your personal, because it becomes your personal opinion. It's not the opinion of the company. So you shouldn't fear it. You should definitely embrace that concept and get your employees to be your voice. Absolutely. And reward those employees that do it on a frequent basis.
Right. That's an excellent point because rewarding them is going to encourage them to do more. Sometimes people don't really have that encouragement. They're not sure kind of what to do, if that was right. The people aren't even giving them any feedback about the
That's
content that they produced, or whatever it is. So I highly
right.
am
It's a
grateful
great,
for
you got
that.
a team of people that are supposedly on your side. Use your team, use your troops.